What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Melinda J, and I'm here to bring you another good old peaceful and really informative content for you today. But first, before I do that, I would like to shout out to Miss Lauren David. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, because I'm here to bring you some good old informative content. And of course, it's always greatly appreciated. Always, okay? Alright, so this video is going to be about college or not. Let me turn my dang phone off, y'all. Okay. Alright, so this video is going to be a series, and due to the fact that it is close to college recruiting time and students figuring out where they're trying to go, I thought I'll just give my little 2 cents and my experience on what you need to know in regards to going to college. So the series is called College or Not, okay? And this is part 1, and part 1 is going to be about choosing the school you want to go to. And what I mean by choosing the school, it is probably dependent on the location, on where you want to go, or what the school offers, because there are schools that offer more than others that is going to be beyond your range. So it's good to know that, as well as in-state or out-of-state, whether you want to go to school in-state or out-of-state, whether you want to go to a public or private school, or a co-ed and or all boys, all men, or all women school. All right, so first things first is, what do you want to do? You need to at least have an idea of what you want to do when you go to college, because as I tell myself and others, is that the first 2 years really is your first year, but I give it to 2 years max. Those are your make it and break it years. And I really do think that is the reason, or one of the reasons, why community colleges are established, is either for people that don't want to necessarily go to a 4-year institution, and they just want to get either a degree at least from a 2-year college or some certification, so they can be able to go ahead and get their feet wet into the workforce. So the first college that I'm going to bring about, and is meshed in together, but I'm still going to break it up, is called community college or junior college, or in short, JUCO. Okay, so the community college, it is small and it's affordable. And if you see me looking down, I got my notes, because of course I need to stay on track, because I can go all in the tangent with this information, because it's just so much. Yes, it's small, it's affordable, and it offers degree completion after 2 years of full-time study, and is, to me, is the best route to take in regards to your core curriculum, like math, science, social studies, and of course any extracurricular activity that you want to do. That also depends on which junior college or community college that you want to go to, because some community colleges don't offer the extracurricular activities such as athletics, because due to some odd reason, don't ask. but slowly but surely they are getting their shine time in regards to be just as competitive as 4-year institutions. And to me, I look at the community college and junior college as your pre-resume, or your resume before you step into a university. And it's the safest route in regards to making sure your hours are transferable, because there are some colleges that don't take the hours that you've already set for at the community college. So that's another thing to look out. And if you want me to do a separate video about that, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll gladly do that and explain it for you all. because I've been through that process before, where I had to make sure all my credits and my hours are transferable to the next college that I'm going to. So please let me know in the comments down below that you want me to do a separate video in regards to breaking it down on weeding out the colleges that you would like to attend and making sure they're transferable. All right, and also with the community college and JUCO colleges, depending on the city, the state, and the area that you're living in, there are some colleges that have cooperative opportunities, meaning that they are in partnership with companies like Exxon or big steel mill plants or a local bakery and so forth, so on, with the culinary arts portion, as well as beauty schools that may be in partnership with Aveda or other hair salons in that region, where students can get the on-job training and get paid for it, and the company will pay some of the tuition off just because the student is showing up to their workplace, being a productive worker at their workplace. And it's just like an incentive portion, and you can look you can check with the career centers at your campuses in regards to that, but I have an idea of how you should maneuver that process. Okay, so feel free to let me know in the comment section if you want me to go in more deeper on that end. All right, so the next type of college available is liberal arts, and that follows in the same realm as the community college and the junior college. They're similar to one another. They have best student and teacher ratio, meaning that you're able to get that one-on-one interaction with the teacher, and there's less students in the class. I say at the least there's 25, and at the most it's 35 to 40, depending on the class size and depending on how the teacher is, and of course depending on the campus as well. Let's see, other than that, the education is focused on the undergrad students, meaning the students that are seeking for a bachelor's degree, and of course to work on your core classes, math, science, and social studies, and the list goes on. All right, and of course I came from a community college with a liberal arts degree, just so I can be a little bit more versatile in whatever career path that I want to be in, because I'm a type of person that likes to adapt to the times. Well, at this point I think all of us need to adapt to the time because things are changing constantly every day. But that's just something to look forward to whenever you are signing up and going to these colleges, is not only making sure your hours are transferable, but also your degree being a little bit more on the versatile side, so you can be able to market yourself in regards to getting yourself out in the workplace. Okay, next type of college is the private college, which consists of 4-year public college / research institutions, and these are the for-profit colleges, meaning that they run as a business and they must be able to make a profit. So I'm guessing with this, an example of a research institution would be Johns Hopkins and possibly Harvard University, because you do hear a lot of articles and scholar articles referencing to those particular colleges. So that's something to look out for, and they're a lot more expensive due to the fact that they run as a business. Keyword, they run as a business. Okay. The next type of college is, of course, the junior college. It's the same as a community college, and people will call it JUCO for short. However, with junior colleges, they're more able to have athletic programs than a community college, so to speak. Even though the community college that I went to, that had the name community college, it had a athletics team, but it was in another location. It was in a they called it the main location, and the location that I went to within that same spectrum of the school, it was like a substation. So yeah, it's just something looking out for. But the JUCO colleges, they offer higher education opportunities within the communities and is more effective, such as liberal arts education, career and vocational training. So of course, same as community colleges, they offer more certifications nowadays. They offer more certifications, whether they're lifetime certifications or yearly certifications, or maybe certifications that you renew every 2 to 5 years. So that is definitely something to look out for, especially within the construction industry, oil industry. Let's see, apprenticeship. You're more likely to get apprenticeship within a junior college and community college because of the fact of the matter, like plumbing, electrician. Let's see what else. Maybe possibly within the business sector, like accounting and financial, even though you can go to 4-year, but of course, there, depending on the college where you are at, there are some colleges that offer fast track programs like real estate and in business as well, medical building. That's just something to look out for. Medical assisting, all those programs, please check it out, because sometimes you can be able to get it in a faster pace than the typical 2-year range. So of course, just be on the lookout for those fast track courses program, so you can be able to get some certifications underneath your belt within your resume to go into the workforce with your feet wet, with something beneath your belt. Other than that, to me, junior college and community colleges, they are the way to go in regards to getting your core classes, or if you're just testing the waters out for college life, as well as just getting some type of a degree or some type of certification. Everybody is not made for school, but community colleges and junior colleges are the way to go in regards to like getting just some fundamental knowledge of what you're about to get into. So it's just something to look out for. HBCUs are another type of colleges that you'll like to experience. For example, FAMU, that is a HBCU. Southern Mississippi, that is a HBCU. Of course, there's a plethora of HBCUs out there, meaning historically black colleges and universities. Jackson State is a HBCU. Me, I did not go to a HBCU. However, don't hold up. Time out. Don't get me in the comment section now. But HBCUs. Hold on, y'all. There's somebody. Shoot. However, in my case, I felt like I had a piece of the HBCU life whenever I went to JSU for high school days, where you would watch the football game, and it was like a pre-tour before the actual tour, of giving you the experience of being around the students that are at a HBCU. I don't know if they still do that nowadays, but when I was coming out of high school into college, there were a lot of high school days where students were able to go on trips to local or state high schools, Lord have mercy, local or state colleges to see if they want to attend to that school or not. So that's just something to look out for in regards to HBCUs. They are the same as four-year institutions. However, they are the reason why that they were established because of the segregation period at the time. And of course, that was an avenue for blacks to go to college and gain an education. So nowadays they're a little bit more integrated and they accept anybody with open arms. It just now is basically you're getting a glimpse of the African American black culture whenever you go into a historically black college. So of course, if you want to go that route, that's good with you. All right. Another type of school is art institutes in school. This consists of fine arts, film, fashion, and of course they're considered vocational universities that focus on the fine arts. So an example of a fine arts school would be the ones in New York. There are fine art institutes in Savannah, Georgia. I had plenty of offers to go there, and low-key I should have went there as my former education, but hey, life has its chances. So there are art institutes in Savannah, Georgia that I know of. And of course, if you just look them up on Google, then you'll know that there are either some in close proximity or out of state. So that's just something to look forward to. But if you're an arts fanatic with fashion, film, fine arts, mixed media, all sorts of things, and that's the career path that you want to go to, I highly recommend you to go to an art institute school and get your education from there. Okay, next on the list is a tribal college, and it's similar to HBCUs, and this is when the needs of education was for the unrepresented group like Native Americans. So if you want to attend a tribal college, that is up to you. That, like I said, they offer the same opportunities as HBCUs. So just go ahead and check them out and see how that works in your favor in regards to attending them. But far as I seen on research, they started basically the same way as the HBCUs started. Okay. Next on the list is universities. I'm trying to figure out which. Okay, I got 3 more left. Next on the list is four-year universities. These are like public institutions. Of course, there are large institutions. They focus on preparation for a specific career, and such as nursing, law, doctor, architect. Did I say law? Well, lawyer to be exact. Engineering, like professional. I would say if you're going for those particular reasons, doctors, lawyers, architects, engineering, and business, so to speak, because you can always get a business degree at a community college nowadays. Nowadays you can, but otherwise, that's another aspect on that when it comes to four-year universities, is that if, in my opinion, if you're not going for those reasons, by all means necessary, just please go to a community college at this point. Things are expensive nowadays, and I know you want to experience the college life, but I guarantee you, once you leave high school, you're not going to have those same friends in college. Because as I explained to myself, or as I've gotten through that realm of high school into college, and my brothers, they see it now as well. You're reestablishing yourself again to a whole broader spectrum of audience, and you're not gonna be the cool kid at the school anymore. You're in a realm where you're acting as an independent, because that's what the college is going to tell you. You're an independent at this point, and you have to make decisions. Even though you're like 17 or 18 years old, you have to make the decisions And of course, when it comes to your parents stepping in, to a certain degree, you have to give permission to the administrator or the teachers in regards to checking up on the student. So, of course, students, high school students, get ready to be on your own to a certain extent in regards to handling your business matters with the school, because they're going to be looking to you to answer the questions and not their parents and not your parents at all. That's just how the way it goes. That's just how it goes. With the 4-year university, there are larger classes with 50 plus students. The largest class that I've been into, I think it was 150 students, and that was in the chemistry class. Don't do it. Take your chemistry class. Take your chemistry class at least at a junior college. That way, if you having trouble with your assignments, math too, if you having trouble with your assignments, you can be able to have that one-on-one interaction with your teacher. Not saying that you're gonna have that same effect with the 4-year university teachers, but they have like at least 500 kids to tend to 500 kids and more to tend to in regards to handling the class capacity and size, and making sure all the students get right and trying to remember everybody's name. That's why I say take your core classes at a community college, all by means necessary. You're gonna thank me later. All right. Stop sleeping on the community colleges, y'all. I'm not playing. Stop sleeping on them. They are there for a reason, and they can save y'all a boatload of money in the long run whenever you feel like going that route. But I highly recommend you to go that route, because the 4-year university teacher, the student teacher ratio in that realm is very slim. So with that being said, if you want to still go to a 4-year university, that's up to you. Fine. fine. But I see the struggles. I had struggles in college, but now more than ever, the struggle is real. And of course, it's all about a collaborative approach, and in regards to like getting the work done and so forth and so on. So just keep that in mind, that when you're going to a 4-year university and it's for like an easy, teaching is another professional to go to a university as well. Even though you can get a teaching certification at a community college, it just depends on which community college accepts that or not, or offers it. But that's another profession that, if you go into a 4-year university, if it doesn't apply with the 5 that I listed early on, with doctor, lawyer, architect, engineering, and teaching, just please take your butt to a community college. Don't be wasting money. And I'm saying this as a tough love experience. Don't spend your time and waste your time trying to figure it out. And if you are going to go to a 4-year university and you still don't know what to do yet, but you have an idea, go undeclare or for general studies. That way, whenever it's time to make that decision, which will be your junior year, because they will make you choose a major at your junior year, and that way you can pinpoint which major you want to go into, because you wasn't necessarily committed to a major department, so to speak. Okay, that's just something to look out for. Okay, next, technical institutes and professional schools. These schools are like IT Tech, and they're made as a choice on a specific career path that you want to go into, like computer software or mechanic, machinery, manufacturing, those type of things. It focuses on preparing students in that career like apprenticeship. So with technical institutes and professional schools, this will be like with music, fine arts, engineering, technical, and sciences, science realm. So again, this is another form of tying into the community college and junior college realm. Technical, professional schools, fine arts, as well as liberal arts colleges, they all coincide together. So if a community college offers all that or just a half of that portion, then you're in good hands, because you can be able to tap into those particular programs and then do whatever is necessary so you can get either go out to the workforce or go into entrepreneurship in that, so to speak, in that factor. Okay, next on the list is women and men's colleges. Like, okay, the men college, that example is like Morehouse, where it's heavily men. And then for as women, it used to be Spelman College, but from what I heard, that they integrated as a co-ed college. So I may have to do more research on that, but that used to be an all-female school. And then the University of Women, that's another example for as a college that is heavily staffed with faculty and administrative in regards to that situation. That's what that purpose was for those type of colleges, is that the staff was heavily administrative with either men or women, and then they just define the college as an all men's college or all women's college. And I'm assuming that was established when women didn't have as many rights as men, or they just wanted to keep the atmosphere, like men focusing on one thing and women focusing on another thing. Don't ask. That's just my imagination going in my head. And then lastly, the last type of school that you want to consider, that is I'm pretty sure definitely going up in the enrollment spectrum, is online colleges like DeVry University or the University of Colorado or Mississippi State University. I'm pretty sure they offer online courses as well. Practically all colleges offer online courses, but there are particular colleges that just offer straight up online courses and don't necessarily need students on campus. It's just like another roadmap for people. If they want to go to college, they can attend those online colleges because they work at their curriculum is like work at your own pace type of thing. That way you can be able to work and tend to family life as well as doing your work at the same time. And then of course, whenever you're finished and you're done completing the necessary core or certification and needed for that degree plan, then of course you can attain your degree in the end. Of course, when it comes to online colleges, I have seen some that you are able to work at your own pace, and that way it won't be such of a hassle or pressure to graduate within the 4-year spectrum or the 2-year spectrum. Give me a break, because with me it took me 6 years in college. I did 2.5, possibly 3 years in community college, and then another 3 years. It was going on 3.5 years for 4-year universities. I went to 2 4-year universities. I started in one and finished out in another. So that's just something to look out for whenever you're doing your college shopping and choosing the college that you want to go to. Now the next part will be like enrollment. So feel free to comment down below on which college that you want to attend, and if you want me to go a little bit more in depth with some other colleges that you had in mind, as well as let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to go more in depth on how you want to make sure your hours are being transferred whenever you go to a four-year university, or whenever you're going back and forth to each school. That way you won't have to keep repeating classes because some classes did not count. So just let me know in the comment section, and of course I'll get the content, the information ready for you all. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you like this video. It's very informative, and of course if you're graduating college this year to go out to the workforce, congratulations. If you're graduating high school to transition into college, congratulations as well. And of course that is all that I have for you today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.